Welcome back to Determined to Win, a series all about entrepreneurial thinking. I am Larisha, and we are back to discuss entrepreneur. You are not an island. Again, entrepreneur. You are not an island. Why is that important? Because most of us forget when we get our own businesses. It happens time and time again. Now, when we work for someone else's company, let's say you don't have the tools to do your job. That means you don't have the tools to be successful. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit at your desk all day and not perform? Bet not. I bet you won't. Normally, someone would get up and go let the powers that be know that there's some supplies, there's something that you need, and you need those things in order to successfully complete your task, correct? Well, that turns off for so many of us when we become entrepreneurs. So I'm here to remind you for a third time, entrepreneur, you are not an island. Now, what I'm not saying to you, I'm not saying that you should go and lodge a complaint with yourself because that would be different. However, what I am saying is people need to know, those who work with you, those who contract with you, those who are going to be in your presence for any amount of time, how you feel about things, what you're thinking about things, how to properly collaborate with you, how to properly address you. Don't just let things go. If you need something the same way, if you were working with someone else or working for someone else, the way you would let them know is you would communicate effectively what you need in order to be successful. Well, you need to adopt the same exact practice now that you are an entrepreneur. It just looks a little bit different because instead of you going to a superior, you happen to, or, I kind of hate that word, but instead of you going to someone who is the owner of a company, people may not feel comfortable going to you the same way. You see what I'm saying? So you want to facilitate that space. Again, you are that centerpiece here, right? But it is up to you not to be an island and instead have branches coming off, and you facilitate those branches so that people understand how to engage you well. Um, some tips: people need to know when you are pleased with their work. So when you're happy with them, it is extremely important to not be a Debbie Downer. I only see you when you have a complaint. That is the worst kind. I know we've all had a teacher, a boss, maybe even a parent. Ooh, I hope not. But like that. But you only really see or hear from this person, this type of person that I am telling you not to be when something is wrong. Do not be that kind of entrepreneur. It's not okay for you, and you're going to run all your help off. You're not going to have any help in your company because people are very aware of their mental health, as they should be today, and they don't deserve that. And honestly, you're going to be mentally tired running up on people all of the time. So, again, people need to know when you're pleased with their work. It doesn't even have to be monetary as far as some increase. We can't all just keep increasing things monetarily every time we're happy with something. But what you can do is say thank you. That is one of the simplest signs to show someone that you are pleased with what they are doing, at any level. You can leave notes. You can send an email. If your team just broke a record, be aware. Be that person who's keeping up. Don't just have your team keeping up on paper and they have to let you know. No, as soon as they hit that record, immediately send them an email and say, guys, I know you're still working, but I need you to know that I noticed that you hit your record and shattered it from last month, great job. Thank you so much because you're the ones that make this company what it is. Without you, it wouldn't be what it is. We wouldn't be thriving the way that we are. And it's true, right? Yes, you are your brand, you are your company as the leader. But without those who are working with you, are you really the same? No, there's things that you need for them to facilitate as well. They are people, right? So, again, let people know when you are pleased with them. Okay, here's the one that everyone is normally really good at. Let people know when there is something that they need to improve. But, word of caution, it's all about the how. Again, you're not an island, so you don't want to, sit and be quiet in these moments and things like that. You want to let people know when there's something that they have done or that they are doing that isn't acceptable for how you are conducting your business, maybe for, how they're addressing you personally. So let them know. Effectively communicate to them instead of just saying, no, that's not it. Don't do that. You wouldn't want to be engaged like that, right? If anything, that's going to make you more of an island because you're going to be by yourself very soon. Instead, you want to turn around and address something the same way that you would want to be addressed, right? So, hi, so and so. I just wanted to, start with a compliment. Okay. The sandwich model. Start with a compliment, get to the meat of it, and then end with one because this person is still a part of your company. So if you want to start with, hi, I'm just so thankful, so and so, that you are here and a part of our team. You're doing a great job in sales. I wanted to speak with you about your interaction the other day with me concerning, let's say, pronouns. You go by her, hers, and the person keeps calling you they. And you're uncomfortable with that. And so you say, well, you know what? I just want to let you know I identify as her, hers. So, just in the future interactions, if you could call me Miss So and so, that would be fantastic. But again, I want to thank you so much for all that you have done in X, Y, and Z. And then you end the conversation. People need to know when they've offended you. People need to know um, when something could just be adjusted. That adjustment not only helps you to feel comfortable, but it helps them to know if they're right for your situation, for your enterprise that you're building, for your corporation. Because if they're like, I'm not doing that, well, then great. Now they know that maybe this isn't the greatest fit for them. And guess what? That's okay. The amazing thing about this country is that it is made up of just all kinds of small businesses. There's thousands. And so they can find somewhere that fits better for them. And that's fantastic. The next thing, entrepreneur, you're not an island. Communication breeds collaboration. So, another reason why you do not want to stay to yourself and be insular, it doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, somewhere in between. Communication breeds collaboration. So, you're speaking to someone in passing, and you understand that as the leader, it is your job to do that reaching out because a lot of times people kind of feel like the more, especially the larger your corporation gets, the larger your company gets, or what have you, the more grandiose you can become for people mentally. It has nothing to do with your behaviors. It has nothing to do with your mannerisms. You can be the most approachable human being ever. Okay. But you are going to need to do some extension to reach out to people. And what that does is it leaves a door open so that next time they will come to you. And if they have anything, let's say they have an idea for an innovation for your company, for an innovative idea that you can partner with them on, Well, guess what? They're going to know, hey, Larisha opened that door when she said hello to me the other day and said, "Hey, if you need anything, come to me. My door is always open and I really do mean it. Send me an email, a smoke signal, what have you, and I'm here." And that's all you need to do. And believe you me, people will call you and text you when they have ideas, when they have things that come up. You will be on their brain and you want to be in that way. Because again, that collaboration can be the difference between, you know, being in the red at the end of the year for your business or being in the green. So, yeah, you don't want to make, interactions totally monetary, but it really is that big. Next, your business will only be successful until you run out of natural resources as an island. So let's say you decide, look, I don't need anybody. I'm an introvert. I want to stay to myself. I don't have time to talk to people. Okay. I am a unicorn. I am the unicorn. I'm going to sit by myself until myself, just doesn't exist anymore. And somehow I'm going to have a successful business. Well, guess what? Just like other islands out there, there's some islands that have more resources than others, right? Some seem self-sustaining. But as soon as you introduce life to that island, somehow the resources that seem like they were going to be around for forever are, you know, pretty limited. It doesn't matter whether it runs out in 10 years or 20 years, um, it's going to run out. So eventually, you're going to have to again branch out and speak to someone. And let's say you are just really, really terrible at speaking with other people. There's an exercise that you can do that really doesn't involve anyone else because your confidence in speaking with other people starts with you. So, something that you can do is you can get in front of the mirror and introduce yourself to yourself if you want and just see how you react. Really. Do you look down? Do you look sideways? Are you afraid of making eye contact with even you? Because if you're afraid of making eye contact with you, no one else has a chance, right? So you want to get comfortable with yourself. Then strengthen your character, strengthen your confidence by doing positive affirmations. Look in the mirror and the thing that that you don't like, maybe, there's something with, I don't know, hair, weight, all the things with people. Talk to yourself about those things. Tell yourself the truth, which is, I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am worth it. Hype yourself up. You are worth it. There is no way that you can go in front of other people, excuse me, and be that facilitator of networking that you need to be as an entrepreneur if you are not confident in you. So you have to start somewhere. I personally was terrible at one point at reaching out and branching out and talking to other people, um, really in all forms except for face to face. But what I began to learn is that when I got in front of the camera more, when I engaged more, I got used to it. Like right now, the way I'm talking to you, I could not have done this even a couple of months ago. So I am telling you, as someone who has done it for themselves. So hop in front of that mirror, look at yourself, and just try to, even if you can't do it verbally at first, imagine having a conversation and gauge your feelings. If you're totally nervous, think about why. What about you makes you nervous? Because those same feelings come up with other people too, and you end up projecting that onto other people. So you want to deal with that concern. And if you can't deal with it yourself, that's now something that you can take to someone else, right? And you can get counseling for, you can get therapy for, and you can help to figure out why you have become so insular, right? So, our next point is really important, and it also involves what we were just speaking about. Communication on your terms is a way to guard your energy. Hmm? We all, as entrepreneurs, okay, as people, l- people in general, humans, you don't have an endless amount of energy. I don't have an endless amount of energy. It don't matter if we're speaking about Elon Musk. He does not have an endless amount of energy. Okay. You have to, as people say in many different terms, protect your peace, guard your energy. It needs to be expelled properly. It needs to be spaced out in your day, right? So if you know you have all meetings in the morning, you're going to have to gear up for that, right? So you want to be, preparing yourself for communication on your terms. So you want to be that extension. Again, you don't want to be someone who everybody has to say, we have a meeting in 5 and you're like, and you're hiding in your office. No. If you know that you're that person that doesn't prefer meetings, guess what? Be the first person there. Okay? Set the mood. In this case, you are the entrepreneur, so it's not like someone who has to show up to a meeting and it's not their company, right? This is your company. So, this is your dream, your baby. So, what you can do is you get there early and do what you need to do. If the desks are too close to you or the chairs, set them further back, right? You can do that if, something is not set up right. Let's say everything is set up in a row and that seems stuffy to you. Well, put it in a circle. Put all the, desks, connect them into a circle, and you be in the middle if that's how you prefer it. If, it's set up as a podium and you prefer to sit, grab yourself a seat. This is not something that this is your company. This is your vision. There is not a right and wrong way to execute this thing. It's only as right or wrong as you actually take hold again and show how to communicate with you. You need to become a facilitator and take the reins so that way people know how to engage with you, and that you're comfortable, because when you're comfortable, guess what? You're shining, firing on all synapses. You're coming up with ideas. Other people are going to be comfortable, so they're going to come up with ideas. It's so important. And yeah, I think I've covered all of the points that I have with that. But again, entrepreneur, you are not an island. And it is so important that you take hold of your um, business and how it's structured, as far as how it interacts with you, how you interact with it. It will change the whole atmosphere of your office if it's one of uncomfortability and no one knows how to approach the boss, right? To one of, oh, she's coming in. "Hey, how you doing? How you doing this morning? How you feeling? Oh, did you have your coffee?" Like, let people get to know you. If you start introducing things about yourself, like I said, they then know the rules of engagement, and you're gonna get so much more productivity out of people who you employ, and they are going to want to show up for you as much as you want them to show up for you, right? So, with all of that being said, I hope that you take this advice seriously, right? Right? You're gonna take it seriously, right? And answer my question in the comments. How important is communication in terms of having a successful business in your opinion? Do you think it's really important? Do you think that you can survive as an island and you can just, ride off into the sunset? Let me know. All right. Well, this is Larisha, and this is Determined to Win. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye now.